So I've been trying to stay informed, trying to have my ear on the ground, be a journalist, and try to figure out what's going on with the economy. And every time I try to discover something, I get somehow manipulated by another piece of information every time I try to research and discover something. At first, I was told that Trump was making a bunch of deals with everybody and that everything was good for us. Then I was told that he was going to give China 145% tariff increase, which seems psychotic and crazy. And I was just confused. I didn't know what was going on with that. Today I hear that he reduced that down to 30 and China reduced that down to 10%. Now, it sounds to me like he folded. It sounds like they both folded. I'm not really sure what's going on anymore. If somebody could explain to me what's happening, because from what I understand, it seems as though China is slashing tariffs and there's a 90-day reprieve for talks. The deal hasn't been made. It's just a 90-day reprieve, so things can get all good and dandy. This feels stupid. I'm not sure what's going on. It feels unnaturally aggressive. It feels like a trade war. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a genuine trade war on both sides. It feels like idiotic nonsense. I remember back in the day, I always assumed that people in politics were somehow have some level of opulence to them, some level of better understanding of how the world works, and they weren't trying to manipulate me, and they were just trying to see out to the better man. I now realize that is a foolish notion to even consider. This is ridiculous. I'm not even sure what's going on at all. I genuinely don't. From the Shiloh Hendricks garbage to where people are saying they froze her assets. A black female hacker froze her assets. That was a lie. Don't even know why that story was going around. Complete fabrication. Just an absolute straight lie. Not sure what's going on there. People keep telling me the kid wasn't 5, he was 10. That stuff's going on. A little bit of a race war is happening going on. People are comparing a Carmelo situation to that situation. A kid took somebody's life. They're not comparable. Besides one's white and one's black, it's the white and black thing. That's the only comparison point. Not sure what's going on anymore. So I'm discovering this trade garbage, all this stuff about trade, is genuinely messing me up. Because I don't know what's happening anymore. Trump folded. From what I grasped, Trump folded and didn't know what to do. He just said, all right, guys, this is the art of the deal. What's going to happen after this? China's going to say, yeah, we're going to put a 50% tariff on you guys, are going to 5% tariff on us. And Trump's going to say, good deal. I'm not sure what's happening anymore. Every time I hear something about the news, it leaves me twice as confused. I go to the left-wing media. I go to the right-wing media. Both are telling me blatant lies. Because one news outlet told me that the tariff that we imposed is now 10%. So we're imposing a 10% tariff on China, is what I understood. And then China is imposing a 30% tariff on us. That's what I'm grasping on that. I even shared something on my Instagram ever so recently. And I'm going to read this aloud exactly what I shared. This is what it says. For those confused by the China tariff news, this is insane to me. And I'm just going to pull this up because I have no other way to describe this other than what I'm reading in front of my face right now. Because it doesn't make any sense. Trump caved and got zero in return. No manufacturing moved back to the U.S. 30% tariff is still a huge tax on Americans. 90% pause still causes uncertainty. Trump loses all negotiating leverage. This is a summary. And at first I was saying, isn't this backwards? 30% tariff is still a huge tax on Americans. I thought the 30% tariff was on China. So I don't know which is correct at this point. I don't even know because it keeps going back and forth. And I've watched some news outlets cover it. And I just watched 2 news things cover opposite news. They're doing the opposite things. So are we giving a 30% tariff on China or is China giving a 30% tariff on us? I don't know. It feels stupid to even ask that question when I try to do research and I'm asking people to get. I don't know what's happening. I don't get it. I don't get it. It seems psychotic. I got a headache. I got a genuine headache. I was just laying down with my wife, and I got up from laying down to talk about this because I don't know what's happening anymore. I can't make any jokes about this. I'm genuinely concerned and confused because why is everyone? What is happening anymore? I'm so stressed. I don't want to do this garbage. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm angry because I don't know and I can't get a direct answer. I can't get a concise answer from anyone. No one can give me a clear cut answer. No one can tell me what's happening. I just don't get it. Is he making deals? Is he just having a pissing contest with the world and seeing who caves? Then he got a jet, a private jet from Qatar. He got a private jet. That's real news. I thought that was a joke. I thought they were BSing me. No, he didn't get a private jet. That's ridiculous. I said, why would he get a private jet? Why would he get a private jet? That doesn't make any sense. He got a private jet. He got a private jet. What? What? Why did he get a private jet? Defense plan to use Qatar luxury jet for Air Force One. Is that for the troops? Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on? Every time I learn about the news, I get so stressed and pissed off. I don't get it. I don't understand anymore. Every time someone pitches me the news or tells me something, I now have to do extensive research because for some reason they just want me to click on articles and make me look like a goddamn idiot every time I try to look at something or even talk about it. That's why I barely talk about politics here, because every time I get one piece of information, some psychopath in the comments is saying, you actually got all the facts wrong and this is actually the real news. And some idiot below him is commenting and saying, well, actually, the news reported this, and there's two dumbasses arguing against him under my post, and I don't read any of it. I don't read it because I have another video I posted, or I'm on another website, or I'm sleeping, because this is stressful. This is stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Why is it so dumb? I thought politics was supposed to be concise and good. This is dumb. This is so childish and asinine. Why is this happening? Is there a reason? Is it just to confuse me? Is his art of the deal confusing the shit out of me? Is that what's happening? Because I've been trying to stay informed. Everybody gets mad saying, oh, you don't stay informed in politics. You got to stay up to date. I'm trying, right? I'm fucking trying, and it's stupid as hell. It's the stupidest shit I've ever done in my life. I hate this. It makes my chest hurt. It makes my eyes ache behind them. It gives me a goddamn ring headache. This is the stupidest, dumbest, ignorant, most selfish, childish, most ignorant shit I've ever witnessed. Is these the adults that are running our country? This is making me violent. Genuinely violent. I hate this. Did he fold? Did Trump fold? Did he show him and fold him? Yeah, this is pissing me off. This is genuinely pissing me off. This is genuinely, I'm actually just angry. This is just stupid. This is the stupidest shit I've ever covered or talked about ever. I've talked about Goku's penis on this channel, and this is stupider than that. This is dumb as hell. This is the dumbest shit. This is, what? Does anybody know what they're doing? Anyone?